Well, it's here, guys. Not the normal project, but the new race bike. So ended up, I wanted to get a KTM, but they were all a little overpriced. So I found this is the cheapest Husqvarna 350 street legal in the whole United States. Yes, I searched Facebook Marketplace for 6 weeks and finally found this one, and happened to be a town out in Cincinnati where I was driving through, so I picked her up. So it's a 2016 Husqvarna TE350. It is not the S model, but it does have a street title to it. Um, I did find some cheaper regular motocross version 350s, especially KTM, but I could not find a XCF or XCFW 2016 and above, or the Husqvarna. Couldn't find them. Usually they're around 6 grand. Yeah, I could get like a 2020 XC model for probably around 6 grand. But I picked this one up, and this was about the cheapest thing I could find that had a Recluse FMF. This one has a fan kit installed. I haven't even ridden it yet, besides in the parking lot. So tomorrow might be the ride day. But it does have some suspension work done. I'm not sure what. The shop couldn't tell me. But besides that, it's in fairly good shape. It does have 140 hours on it. The one thing I like about the 2016s is I can add the kickstart to it. I think the kit's like $260. We'll see. We'll see how the electric start does on this with the fan and the lights. But on my old KTM EXC, I always had problems for cold start. But this one seems to work fine. But I do have some new tires for it. But this is a good addition to the garage. I can ride it dual sport if I want, but I'll probably just race it for now. But I'm happy with it so far. I mean, it's not perfect, but which one is? Especially if you buy it used. I mean, new ones were going for almost $12,000, so that was out of the question. But some of the features for people who want to know about the TE350, because the specs are out there, but they don't really talk about the 350S much, besides the street legal kit. But everything's the same. I mean, it's a KTM motor. I mean, all the parts swap over on most of them. So that's good. But I've never owned a Husky before. Uh, but all the other stuff's the same. Another difference is it's got I guess the wishbone style suspension on it instead of the shock going straight to the swing arm. So we'll see how that is. I know on my EXC I had, my 450, it went straight to the swing arm, and it just feels a little harsh. I am a little worried about here in Missouri about the rocks, so I might have to get a skid plate or a bash bar that goes all the way back and under that, because I'm sure I'm going to be hopping up rocks a lot with it. But it does have the FMF full kit, and I'm excited. I'm excited to race it. I'm going to check it all over, check the valves, check the compression, make sure everything's good on it, because they say around 140 hours you need to rebuild. 150 hours. Some guys say under 100 hours, but the guy took pretty good care of it. Toolkit, all the books, and it actually he showed all of his oil changes in it. But this is third hand. A kid owned it before on it. Let's see here. I had it in here. There it is. So he actually marked down the mileage and his oil changes and what oil he used on it. So I see Motor X, chains and sprockets, 1450. That's another thing with the S model. If you do get the 450S, it's going to be geared down. I think it's going to have a 45.2 sprocket. So I wouldn't need to change all that anyway. So he really didn't know what he had, the kid, if it was an S or not. But it does have the brake light. So we should be good street legal wise. I don't think here in Missouri I have to have the turn signals. I'll add them if I have to. But I'm pretty excited. My 450 was pretty heavy, so I'm really excited. This felt so light and peppy, so we'll see what happens with it. But here's the Here's a sick ass kit that just has a high low beam horn. It's a regular speedometer. So nothing special. It's pretty stripped, which I'm happy for. I am going to look up, I think it does have the air forks. All the data I could find on it showed that it was supposed to have 4 CS forks, which everybody doesn't like. So we'll see with this air. It's got, you know, the air on this side and the dampening on that side. So I think the air side has, does it have oil in the center, but air on the outside? I think it's 3 chambers worth of oil. You got 1 chamber here, or 2 chambers here, and then 1 chamber here, but I'm not 100% sure until I tear it apart. But yeah, that's the new addition to the barn. I just bought some projects that I'll do another video on outside, and it's not your usual stuff. I guess I do have a crappy four-wheeler like I always buy, but I have something special, so I'll do a video on that. And thank you all for watching, and any questions or comments, go ahead and comment. But I'm excited. I'll try to get some GoPro footage of me riding this around the property, kind of showing where we moved. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Have a good night.